Hello everybody, Raven Knight here, and welcome to another episode of How to Build. This is a series where I teach you guys how to build all of my created characters in For Honor, from their executions, their color schemes, their armor sets, their weapon sets, all of it. And today we are going to talk about my Nusha character, Lin Mei Hua, who is a character that I'm really excited to share her legend with you on, but everyone wants to see Godric next, so we'll get to her a little bit later. But I was still so excited to get to her that I decided to go ahead and release her how to build video so you guys can make her yourself. So let's not waste any time and get right into the good stuff. First of all, for her armor set, you want the Yangge helm. The Yangge helm. I really think this is probably my favorite headset for the Nusha. I like the two little buns that she has, kind of this really cute design. And there's not too much face makeup, just on the eyes and a little bit of dark lipstick, which I think looks fine. So I really do like this. I think it just looks very cute. We were going for a very cute face. So Yangge helm. We get the Shinli chest. The Shinli chest. It is one of the newer chest sets for her. One of the newer ones, rather. But I really like the clean look for it, and I love the texture on the back of the cape, so I think that this is going to be probably the best one that you're going to get for her. And then finally, the Jimu arms. The Jimu arms, which give her a kind of an armored look on her arms, which I figure she needs a little bit of to be a warrior. You need some kind of armor there. So again, that's the Yangge helm, Shinli chest, Jimu arms. All right, now let's move on to the weapon. You want the Void Keeper full set. Void Keeper hooks, Void Keeper blades, Void Keeper guards. Honestly, these are going to be the best you want to get. Now, of course, if you wanted something different, I would also recommend, pull it up down here. I would also recommend the Tempest Wudao, if you have that, or the Jingwei. Any of those would look fine. You could also do Viperius Duality, but honestly, Void Keeper is going to be your best. So go with the Void Keeper if you've got it. So again, Yangge helm, Shinli chest, Jimu arms, Void Keeper hook, Void Keeper blade, Void Keeper guard. All right, perfect. You know how to build that much. So let's move on to the next set. For traits, you only get one default. And for the skin color, I go with the lightest skin color. Because it's going to complement the dark outfit that we're going to go with. We're going to go for a very dark color scheme, so this will help contrast against it a little bit better. You could go with it, but notice how when I've gone to the default, it kind of takes away from that contrast, so I go with the bright light. All right, so go with that. All right, for the chest set, no paint pattern, no symbol, but we're going to do the Gate of Memories 2 embossing, which you get at Reputation 27, level 20. That's right, Reputation 27, level 20. Now, some of you may say, what if I don't have Nusha up to Reputation 27, level 20? You can also replace it with the Sharp Tangles 1, which has gotten at level 19, or the Sharp Tangles 3, which has gotten a Reputation 13, level 20. Any of these simple embossings will do fine, but you want a good embossing, and I use Gate of Memories 2, which is my personal favorite. All right, all right. Next up, the right shoulder. We're going to do the Spire 1 paint pattern, which has gotten at level 13. Spire 1 paint pattern, no symbol, no embossing. And then for the left shoulder, we're going to do the Spire 1 again, but this time we're going to do the Vase 1 symbol, which has gotten at level 10. So, and no embossing. So you should be able to do the right and left shoulder pretty easily without leveling her up too terribly much. Oh, look at that cute smile. She's so happy to be here. All right. For the back, absolutely nothing. There's no pattern, no symbol, no embossing. Because if you have the Shinli chest, you will already be good to go with that beautiful texture on the back. I think that looks perfectly fine as is. For the standard, we're going to do the Gaolei's Breath 1, which is gotten by acquiring the Zhanhu's Gambit bundle during the Zhanhu event. So if you don't already have this, you'll need to wait for the Zhanhu event. If you need something else, you can go with the Masterful Mask 1, which I think will work fine. But I really like the Spiral effect, so you could also go with the Apocryphic Spell 3, Gaolei's Breath 3, but again, you would need that, so that probably wouldn't work for you. Or, it's down here, hold on, I'll get to it. Here you go. The Circle of Waves 20. Well, Circle of Waves, which you get at Reputation 20. So those would be your other options. But honestly, go with Gaolei's Breath 1. It's going to be your best bet. No symbol, no embossing. Just that. Okay? All right. For the ornament, you're going to want the Dreaming Blossom ornament, which you get with the Dreaming Blossom Mythic outfit. It just looks really nice. I think it's a very nice crown for her. And honestly, it's one of the better looking crowns that you can give Nusha, since most don't look all that great. I mean, only a few look really good on her. Like, I would say that Crown of Wealth and Dragon's Flight look okay, but other than that, most don't look all that great on her. Most look a little bit too bulky or large. So I would say that the Dreaming Blossom is going to be your best bet. For material, we want the Dark Orchid material, which you can get for 10,000 steel. Dark Orchid, we want that purple. Now, some people actually were like, why purple? Because purple will contrast with the dark color scheme a lot better. So yes, Dark Orchid is what we want for this. All right, and now for the color scheme, we want Twilight Tea. Twilight Tea, which you get with the outfit at Reputation 30. So, yes, you do, in order to get the proper color scheme, you do need to get her up to at least Reputation 30. So if you're not a big Nusha player, you're going to have trouble getting this build. But you can substitute it with Masterful Tenacity 3 if you want, which means you'll need to push the Battle Pass we're currently on up to up to level 20 at the very least. But genuinely, Twilight Tea is what you really want. Twilight Tea is the way to go. All right? All right, so you now should know how to build that much. So let's go on to the last portion. For feats, I use Deadly Duet because she's a dancer in her lore. She is actually a performer and dancer, so having a dance style feat works. I use Caltrops because that will also play a role in her story. She will use Caltrops in her story, so I thought that would work. Another one I would use is Thrilling Comeback, but Caltrops is the best one. Slip Through is what I use for her third feat. I don't want to use Thread of Fate. I never found a use for it in the story, so I go with Slip Through. That would be my choice. And then finally, Infection. This also ties into her story. There is a moment where she uses a poison, so I thought that would be close to Infection. But you could also go with Berserker because that also plays a role in her story, but Infection is probably what you're going to want to go with, so Infection works well. So those are the feats you want to use. For executions, you are going to want to use Dianmu, Coat Rack, Han Jichan, and Bai Mao Ni. All of these work very well for her. The only other one that I would say you would definitely want if you couldn't get one of these would be, where was it? Oh, there it is. Hook, line. I went right by it. Hook, line, and sinker. You could definitely use this one too, but I think that the ones that I've mentioned are just fine. All right, so with that out of the way, emotes. You can use Peekaboo for your free roam, and All is Bright for your free move as well. Now, here's the funny thing: the All is Bright is actually a very hopeful moment that I want to give her because her story is pretty stinking dark, so I thought I'd give her something nice, because when you hear it, you're going to want to give her a hug. So I thought that that would be a good one. For combat, I use Deference and Just Getting Started. For signature, I use On My Honor. This will also play a role in the story, because she actually has a reason to really honor Ashfeld. If you want to do another one for her, then you could also go with, let me go down there. You could also go with Allegiance to Ashfeld. There will be a reason. You will find out. I don't want to spoil anything for her story, but yes, I did want to show that you could do that. But if you want a cheap one that's pretty easy to get, I would go with On My Honor. Next is effects. None. She doesn't need any. She honestly doesn't need any. I guess if you really wanted to give her one, you could give her that Darkness one that was given. What was that one called? I forget. Shadow Cult. This was it. I guess you could give her Shadow Cult, but you don't really need to. Like I said, you don't really need to give her any of that. But that should about do it. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you build Lin Mei Hua, my Nusha, who has yet to have her legend story revealed. I am really, really excited to reveal it, though. If you're a Nusha main, I hope you'll feel up to making her or trying her out. Let me know down in the comments if you like what you saw here and if you're excited for her legend and if you plan on making her. And I hope to see more of her running around on the battlefield because I'm really excited to share her story with you guys. But don't worry, we will do Godric first. But thank you guys so much, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Take care.